Hey yo, what up, what up? What up everybody? It's Lamech with Sly Sports TV back at you. Early morning tip. On for a little walk. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who came out last night and checked out the live stream. It was the first one. Want to thank Bradio for stopping by and chopping it up, talking that boxing talk. I appreciate that, right? Channel's gonna keep growing, but that's not really. I mean, it's cool. The channel's gonna grow and everything. That's cool, but like the main thing is that we stay authentic, right? The main thing is that we stay authentic. Like, if the channel grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Is it about to rain on me? But got a different video this morning. Late last night, I saw the news that Gillie the kid lost his son. Gillie the kid lost his son. Got that news last night. I guess it happened last night. So that's what I want to talk about this morning. And last night I didn't know, what happened. I didn't know like if it was a health thing, or I just knew that his son passed away, right? But when I wake up this morning, I see that his son was shot and killed, right? Saw that his son was shot and killed. Bro, this video, I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there, man. This video probably won't get no views, very little, right? It's not gonna get a whole lot of views, right? Why? Because I'm gonna tell the fucking truth. I'm gonna tell the truth in this video, right? Like I always do. Ain't nothing new. But we are our enemy. Us. I'm tired of hearing people talk about I'm tired of hearing people talk about oppressors and white supremacy and all this other stupid shit, right? I don't see no white supremacy. I don't. Like when somebody's getting gunned down, it ain't no white supremacy. It's us. Right? And not for nothing, the news is right in your face. Now, you could be fake or you could be real. One of the hardest things to do in a society like this, when society is flipped upside down, basically, like it is, right? Society is flipped completely upside down right now. You come out as the alphabet boy, you get promoted, you get propped up, right? You stand against that, and you get canceled, right? We got white powder, you know what I mean? White powder being found in the White House. Right? Up is down and down is up. It's like, sometimes I wonder, am I in some type of other dimension or something? Did I just no clip into some fucked up dimension? Like, what is this shit? Even as far as people are bugged out, man. Just look at people. Like people that you used to know. Well, I'll just keep it on me. People that I used to know, it's like you look at them now and it's like they're unrecognizable. But I'm veering off topic. for 26, 27, 28 years, we've had to listen to people say, oh, the government killed Tupac because he was doing this and doing that. The government did it. The FBI, CIA, they killed Tupac. No. It was another nigga. Right? We're lying to ourselves. The bad guys are right there next to you. The bad guys are right there next to you. Right? Hoes are choosing dudes who've terrorized the community. That's what they're choosing, right? We gotta let them hoes go. We gotta let them hoes go. Like, you a fool if you lower your standards, lower your values for some pussy, right? As men, we gotta hold the line. Somebody gotta be the good guy. I'm probably rambling because I'm pissed off, man. I can't imagine, and I'm not even going to. Like, Gillie lost his son. Like, right when he's reaching success in life, right? The success that he always was working towards and looking for, his son gets killed. Wallo's nephew is killed. Right? And the shit is like normal. I have fallen for this shit too. I grew up on hip hop. I'm not trying to talk like I'm preaching from some cloud, right? Like I'm just better than, I grew up on the same music that you probably have. But I outgrew that bullshit. You know, I outgrew it. And I have children now. You think I'm feeding my children hip hop? You think I'm gonna feed my children this culture? This culture of death? Culture of death and whores. I got a son and a daughter. You think I want my children to be happy? To be happy. So yeah, I grew up on the same shit. I grew up on shit. NWA, Public Enemy, NWA is weird because Public Enemy, I thought, set a great example, right? But the music industry is a powerful industry, and they know we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on that. There are agendas. There are real agendas. And I know everybody knows that. We got this alphabet agenda. We got this hip hop agenda being used to spread all manner of debauchery, all manner of violence, all manner of weirdo shit. Right? The current state of hip hop, and the reason why I'm talking about hip hop is because that's the culture that most of y'all claim. Y'all claim hip hop culture is black culture. Right? I happen to believe jazz is black culture. I happen to believe that rock music is black culture. I know, believe it or not, it is. Yeah, I do. I'm just not with this like blaming other people, you know? I don't think that's helpful. How you doing, sir? I don't think that's helpful. Like, We got to stop this, man. Even when I saw the report, I saw the Breakfast Club report, and they were reporting it. Oh, and it's just so sad. And yeah, it's sad, but fuck that, man. That energy, that sad energy, is not going to change nothing. The good guys got to start getting pissed off. Men got to start being men again. Men got to start being men again. Like, we're basically letting... I'm using the term we loosely because I don't rock like that. If something's wrong and I see it, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to protect my children no matter what. Like, that's the only time when I'm looking to hurt a human being, is in protection of my family, my loved ones, people that are close to me. Like, we're not addressing our real enemies. We're not, because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to hurt black women's feelings by saying, you know what? You kind of fuck up your kids when you fuck up when you have children recklessly. You're hurting the community. We're not holding women accountable. Right? We're not holding men accountable. I'm sick of this shit, man. Just a little bit about me. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, okay? A practicing Hebrew Israelite. I know who and what I am. I'm not Christian. I'm not Messianic. Right? I understand the Most High's laws and statutes. This idea that we can just act as wild and crazy as we want down here, and some magical guy is just going to drop out of the sky and save us, right? When we clearly don't deserve it. You think that's how the Most High works? You think the Most High is going to raise you up and you don't deserve it? So you basically think he's a bad father. You think he's going to reward you for bad behavior. I don't give a fuck what you learned. That Christian doctrine is a trick of the enemy. That idea that somebody died for your sins so you could just sin. You can just... What has that done for our community? Huh? What has that done for our community? Has it raised the bar or lowered the bar? No. Our messiahs are going to come through us. I don't care what you believe. That's the facts. Our saviors are going to come through us. When we start finally turning back to God, right? And I mean the Most High. Like, I ain't talking about his representative, this person, that person, Jesus, Christ, whoever. I ain't talking about no middleman. I'm talking about the Most High, who has said on several occasions that it's only him. It's only him. But see, somewhere along the line, y'all just got too cool for God, right? You got too cool for him, too hip. That God stuff, that's old stuff. A lot of you turn your nose up as soon as I mention God. Okay. Sins of the father will revisit the sons, right? And I'm not going, like, especially right now, it ain't the time to be trying to nitpick at Gillie. I'm sure man, now ain't the time. But as men, we gotta own up to our part, because our sins will revisit our sons and daughters. It's just like real life. You make a mistake, right? You're liable to, and however you want to look at it, you're liable to pay for that mistake, right? If I'm boxing and I throw a jab and I forget to bring my hands back home, I'm susceptible to get punished for that. That's just the way it goes. But somewhere we got away from that. We got away from common sense. Like, we on some shit where we think we can just do anything and it ain't supposed to come back. It always comes back. Now, it might not. Maybe you would receive some grace. Maybe you can. Right? We get shown grace all the time. But you got to see it as grace, right? You have to see that as grace, but we're not doing that. We're expecting it. We're living foul and expecting grace. It don't work like that. This idea that somebody's gonna come save you. Let me tell you something, man. The powers that be that run this planet, if you don't get nothing else that I say, get this. Everybody knows there's people, a group, that little round table that's running, quote unquote, running things, running the world. Now, I know it's a house of cards, right? But for now, we haven't shattered it. So yeah, they're running shit. All these agendas that you see, they're running these plays, right? Now, just think about this. What would be the point of an agenda if somebody's gonna drop out of the sky and save us? Like, that means the agenda really doesn't matter. No, you know why they have the agenda? Because they know that as long as they keep us confused, mixed up, dudes wearing dresses and pink hair and killing each other, and women saying anything and acting disrespectful and doing wild shit, and women just, getting ran through left and right, getting married and cheating, and as long as it's all about the chaos. As long as the chaos is running rampant down here, Jesus. As long as the chaos is running rampant down here, you ain't got a shot in hell to raise your Messiah. You ain't got a shot in hell to save yourself. See that? See how one makes sense? It makes sense. When you think about it like that, the agenda makes perfect sense. Right? It's like they're keeping us confused. Keeping you confused. If the threat was somebody coming from the sky, it really wouldn't matter what they did. You wouldn't see the agendas. You would probably see something else. It's crazy. How you doing, sir? All right. So, like, it's frustrating, man. Like, we keep doing the same shit over and over and getting sad when something happens. Like, nah. And this goes to the men in particular. You can't, we, us, we cannot wait for women to fix themselves before we fix this nation. We can't do that. As men, we gotta grab this shit by the reins and fix it by hook or crook. Women will fall in line. Women respect power. Women respect power. It ain't about building our nation with women. No, men got to get together and build this shit. And our women you'll see, they will play their part then. But right now, frankly, we're putting too much on women's shoulders. It's really not all their fault. It's not. We're putting too much shit on these women's shoulders. Like, we expecting them to do our job. And they cannot do it. It's not their fault. They wasn't built to do it. They wasn't built to do it. But I get it. They're not completely innocent. Like, when you, as a woman, when you leave your man, right? You use the government resources to leave your man and, break off and do that shit. You are making an executive decision, right? All right, bro. That's like an executive decision, but you got to own that. You can't turn around and say, play the victim after that. I get it. But we got to get it, man. Like, parents ain't supposed to be out here burying their kids, but it's like almost normal. It's normal. It's become normal. Listen, all death ain't bad, okay? Yeah, I'm an Old Testament Negro. Actually, I'm an Old Testament Hebrew. How about that? Right? So all death ain't bad. Some people need to go. Right? When you take someone's life out of greed or responsible for somebody losing their life out of evil that's in your heart, they ain't done nothing to you. But you just took somebody's life, then it's only right that yours be taken. But see, we gotta have y'all ain't ready for that conversation. I don't think YouTube is ready for that conversation. So I'll save that one for later, right? I'll save that one for later. We gotta have our own brotherhood, though. I'll say that. We gotta have our own brotherhood. Like, we're sitting back and being like reactionary to the Illuminati and this group and that group and the elites and all that, like they're the only ones that can get together. Nobody's stopping you from getting together. Nobody's stopping you from creating your own societies. Who's stopping you from doing that? Right? You know who is? Us. Because we like to spend our time online being petty. Right? Being petty. I just saw, again, not going at, I'm just making an example. Just earlier yesterday, before this news came out about Gillie, I saw Gillie online getting on Joe Budden for not having ads, taking shots at Joe Budden for not having ads. That's the shit that we're doing. I got this, and you don't have that. Bragging. Right? Bragging on each other. Roasting. Ain't nobody serious. Ain't nobody serious until something bad happens, and then we get serious for a day, 2 days, and then it's right back to the same old shit. Right back to the same old shit. Motherfuckers arguing over LeBron and Kobe, LeBron and Jordan, to the point where now you're threatening each other. That's the worst insult. And you know, like a lot of you guys, you come over here on my channel and you get, like, I give a sports take, and then you come over here getting personal. You come over here getting personal. Taking personal shots. You don't know me from Adam, but you're taking what you think is a personal shot. Right? The worst, and you know, like if you've done it, you already know that I said this, but I probably said this to you. The worst thing I said is go find your father. Right? That's about the worst thing I probably said to your personal attack. But I mean it. I mean it. Because it's a certain type of energy that you fatherless guys come with. Like, you can't take an opposing opinion. You start getting personal with it. That's just because you weren't raised with the proper level of positive masculinity, strong men in your life, in your childhood. That's not your fault. I'm not blaming you, but you do need to recognize what you're missing. Like, go find your father some powerful shit. Like, all these killings are due to what? Men not being able to process their emotions. It's not like I'm not saying you're an alphabet boy, but the fact that you didn't have your dad around, what did you have? You had your mom, who women process their emotions in a completely different way than we do. So as a man, you're still a man, but you're coming with all that energy that you've seen. That's all you've seen is that. But you're a man. You're still a guy. But you just now is more dangerous because you're a guy who process their emotions like a woman. And we know how fiery women are. We know how fiery women can get. So that's very dangerous. Go find your father is not saying go be wild and crazy and get mad. No, most fathers are very mild-mannered. Most fathers know how to keep shit chill. Keep shit chill. Right? A father's going to have you not crashing out. Like, wait a minute. No, don't do that. We understand consequences and repercussions. Like, all right, don't do that. Don't touch that fire. Don't touch that fire. It's going to hurt you. But we just got a bunch of young dudes just crashing out left and right. Look at how NBA YoungBoy behaves. Look at how he acts. Look at how he talks. That's not cool. But it's like we come to accept that shit. There was a time when, and like I said, I'm not Christian. You know, I'm not a church guy. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, right? I am the church. But there was a time when the keys to our community you had to go through a spiritual man, some preacher, some pastor, some minister. Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck? Some minister, they held the keys to our community. They were the leaders of our community. Now, as far as their doctrine, I don't really agree with the doctrine, but at least these were men who wanted to be close to God, right? I'm not talking about these current preachers. I ain't talking about them. They on some other, they just like everybody else. They just like the rappers, as far as I'm concerned. It's just business now at this point. No, I'm talking about back in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, right? Those were our leaders, not entertainers. How ridiculous is that for an entertainer to be the leaders of our community? We're the only ones who do that. And by we, I'm talking about black people. Black people are the only ones who follow entertainers as their leaders. Basketball players, singers, comedians. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. We curse ourselves. We put the curses on ourselves with the way we think and the way we act. That's all it is. I only see black people, black men, usually, and I know why. It's because they're fatherless. But what I'm saying is, it's black men who, you see, go back, read some of my comments. Shut your old ass up, you old. It's like black men are shaming other black men for being older than them. How ridiculous is that? Like, should I pray to die? Like, should I be dead? Like, I don't understand. Like, you either getting old or you die. How ridiculous is that? I don't see other races doing that. Unless the joke is like, it's a specific joke, right? About, but no, it's like a natural thing. Like, black men don't respect basically their elders. It's because you are fatherless. I'm not saying that to be hurtful. I'm saying that so you can address the shit. Address that. We're all either getting older, and if you ain't getting older, you under the ground. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Like, I was once with a chick, she's trash, by the way, but like, she was a little younger than me, right? And she used to poke at me for being older, right? But now this bitch is with a dude older than me. You know? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Like, I know the things that black people get angry over. Like, we get angry over the truth. When people tell us the truth, we hate that, right? We cancel our own people for that. For saying something that challenges us to think differently, to go against our way of thinking. That's why guys like Kanye think about it. Anytime guys like Kanye, back when Bill Cosby did it, and he's saying, look, man, just pull your pants up, right? The liberals crucified him for that. We want to live in these big liberal cities and think that's in our best interest. But look at the conditions of our people in these cities. And look at the conditions of our people in conservative cities. Again, too cool for school. It's all about being cool to some. Right? Cool, hip. And ironically, all the cool and hip shit seems to be the fuck shit. The stuff that's unhealthy. Degenerate lifestyles. That's the cool stuff now, right? Me saying, God, let's get back to God. That's corny and lame. See? But no, I'm here to tell you, man. The coolest thing you can do is ride for God. The coolest thing, the toughest thing you can do, the most OG thing you can do is have God in your life. Let God be your head. That's the real shit. That's the cool thing to do. God is the counterculture. In a society like this, the easiest thing you could do is be a piece of shit. Because then now you're just going along with everybody else. You're just following the crowd. Like, you fit right in. You want to stand out? Follow God. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. It ain't supposed to be. The Most High got to know who's really with him. It's like if you with a girl and like you got all this money and everything's like going great, and that's when you met her, when everything is great, right? You don't know her. You really don't know her until you lose some stuff, until you go through something, until your health fails, or you got to go through something, some fire. See if she'll stand with you, right? But man, my condolences go out to Gillie the kid, to Wallow, to their family, the loss of their son. Time heals all wounds, right? So it's just going to take time. But we have to start playing a part in our own Jesus, man, these bugs, bro. We got to start playing a part in our own salvation, right? Because the Most High, he only saves those who are worthy. And anything that we put ourselves in, any situation, yeah, we in deep right now. We in a situation, but the Most High, what can the Most High not do? What is the Most High incapable of doing? But he ain't gonna do it for nothing if you don't deserve it. If you don't deserve it, don't even worry about getting it, because you won't. He'll sit there and watch you suffer. He's a good father. He ain't gonna save you if you don't deserve it. He's heavy-handed. We got to turn back to him and be obedient. That's all I got. If you like the video, hit the like button. Peace.